Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Perhaps it is Thursday. And I think I made a boo boo in the time that this was scheduled to go, but you can catch the replay. This will not be long. But you can see in the thumbnail a very, at least in my opinion, poignant statement. I don't have to read it for you. You can see what it says. But basically, one should, in my opinion, pay more attention to what isn't said or what isn't done, as opposed to what is said. Hey there, 901 Reacts. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well on this hot, as you know what, Wednesday. But I just wanted to bring light on a situation. And no, I am not stirring up a pot. I don't need to stir it. If people open up their eyes and they listen and actually hear what some people do, they can figure it out. It's not very difficult. There are people that will spin narratives, and I have said this so many times. Yes, indeedy, sounding like my mom now. Rest her soul in heaven. Yes, indeedy, it is hot. I cannot stand the heat. But, and I'm not in the kitchen, so I had to throw that in there. But there are people that will sit here and make up the most, they make up stories and they spin their narratives. And I've said this many times before. And some people, some small minded people, or people who maybe do not have the capacity to really think or given that nudge to ask questions. Hey there, Miss Eve, but I'm going to bring something to your attention really quickly. There's a pattern that I see, and it's always calling out women or making a reference to women of a certain hue. Now, are there others that may be spoken about? I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I could be wrong. Hey there, Sister Joy. How are you? All the way from the Philippines. My breakfast today was a spinach, apple, and kale smoothie with a few almonds. I'm doing good. Hot, miserably hot. It's supposed to go up to maybe 100. How are you doing? And I have my water with me. So hopefully I can get through two of those today. I've been doing one. So hopefully, okay, well, you get some rest. You get some rest. But I happened to listen to something and I had to laugh at it because to me it was so disingenuous. And there was a troll in there um, making up whatever came to its mind. But there was still some untruths told. So that's just to me the character of that individual. But I will say this, when people say that they support you, those are just words. Where are the actual actions to prove that? I support a lot of people, but the support oftentimes may come in different ways. It could be listening to an entire broadcast. It could be just stopping by really quickly to drop off a like. It may be to leave a comment, and it may be to donate. It may be to become a member. And the point I'm about to make, just to illustrate my point, to share them on a community wall. Now, before I do that, let me say this for some of you that fall into the trap of narratives that people can't forgive people and move on. And this is hypocrisy that a certain individual conveniently left out. I can name at least 3 people, which I will not, but have others, dragged them bad, make drops about them, and they're cool. That wasn't brought up. That wasn't brought up. So for those that are hanging on to this individual, think about that. Think for yourselves. Has anyone else dragged anyone on social media or this app, and now they're cool with one another? They engage with one another on panels, etc., etc., etc. So if that's the case, that's another narrative debunked. Listen to timelines, watch timelines. In my opinion, I was unadded because I warned not to at me again. I gave the date and the time. So again, gaslighting. But the point I'm making is there's a particular content creator, and I support him. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not saying any names, but I support him. He doesn't come to my chat. And just because someone doesn't come to my chat or leave a comment doesn't mean I'm not going to support them. And if they do something or they have good news or something as far as an accomplishment, then I feel as though they should be celebrated. And maybe some do in certain ways. But if you can go to your community wall with everything negative, but you're always, and I've said this before, and I will continue to feel this way. I don't think some people support others as much as they claim that they do. And again, this is my opinion, but if my boy or if my girl is featured on a radio show, not only would I congratulate them, I'd put them on my community wall. And that's exactly what I did. I wonder if someone else that has put negative things about women and men on their wall, if they did the same thing, if they congratulated that person who was on the radio speaking sports, especially because they like sports as well. So ask yourself, who is really being genuine? Who's gaslighting? because it tain't me. I have been extremely consistent. Hey there, DJ Cleveland. How are you? How are you? Sometimes it's best if things are thought out completely before being said, because there are going to be some people that can break what you say and what you do down like a fraction. Again, if it were my girl or my boy on the radio speaking sports, something that they've always wanted to do, and it's come to fruition, why isn't that on a community home? Don't try to slip it in now. I would have, since I support them so much. And again, everyone does something completely different. Everyone may react in a different way. But for that person to have more viewership and more support, I would have posted on my community wall that they're live. Go check them out. Hey there. Good morning, Blackfire. How are you? That's what I would have done instead of the negative or speaking about other people and getting things mixed up as usual. So, again, I'm going to make this clear. I harbor absolutely no resentment, but people need to be clear about what is really true. And all it takes is for people to listen and hear. And then go back and compare what has been said, what has been done, what has been posted. And you will find there are very many inconsistencies. So I'm just asking, take a moment to seriously consider and think about what I just said and ask yourself, does that make sense? I think that it does. But then again, I think different than many people. So that is my little two many of you. So thank you to those that came in and to those who may catch the replay. And I think the heat is getting ready to affect this phone because I keep saying Chrome um, isn't working. So hopefully you were able to hear me. But thank you again. And I'm not even hitting the button. It keeps on going to joy. But think about that because I had someone, a woman, and I use that term loosely, say, I'm your biggest cheerleader. But the times that I needed support, they were never really there, only to push their agenda or to be heard. So keep in mind what support truly means. And it's not, I repeat, it is not what is being said is what's being done. And what is being said does not align with what's being done, then that, my dear ladies and gentlemen, should be a red flag. And with that, I am going to end this quick stream. Told you I wouldn't be here long. Everyone, please try to stay as cool as possible and remain hydrated as well. It's extremely hot. And check on those that may need assistance. So with that, everyone take care until my next upload or video. Bye bye for now.